Hello everyone, welcome to ixamBee. As you all know, NIACL AO 2021 notification is out, and we at ixamBee we are so excited to help you out in your preparation journey. In our last couple of videos, you have received a lot of information on the notification, on the vacancy, on the exam pattern, syllabus, and other factors. Today, let's talk about English preparation. Let's talk about how to prepare for English with reference to pre and mains. So in this video, we're going to start off by looking at the exam pattern. Then we'll look at the syllabus, followed by the strategy that you should be following for prelims and mains to boost your preparation. Now here is a quick look at the exam pattern. Now in the prelims, we have English language objective type of test. So you have 30 marks and you need to finish it in 20 minutes. On the other hand, in the mains exam pattern, it's again another objective type of English language test, but here the maximum marks is 50 and you need to finish it in 40 minutes. Now once you qualify prelims, you get to sit for your mains exam. Now, what is the difference between the prelims English language test and the mains English language test? The syllabus remains the same. The core topics, they remain the same. Only the level of difficulty will be changing. So you need to keep that in mind. So your maximum marks are changing. The time has changed. Now the difficulty level will also increase. Now, depending on whether you qualify this section, the mains objective English section, you will be allowed to sit for your descriptive exam. Since there are sectional cutoffs, which you must be already knowing from our last few videos, where our mentors talked about it, it's very important that you clear each and every section. Okay, now what the main point is that this time NICL exam has become more challenging, because if you can see the marks and the time, it's a race against time. So time management is a very important factor. Okay, so right from day one, when you start your preparation, you need to remember that your preparation should be such that you are able to finish your paper within the prescribed time. Here we come to the last section, that's the descriptive English section. Here also, if you can see, it's the same time management, 30 minutes with 30 marks. So we will be having a letter writing 10 marks and essay 20 marks. So you only have approximately 15 to 20 minutes for the essay and maybe 10 marks for the letter. So you do not have all the time in the world to think and sit and prepare. You really need to be on your toes, you need to be on your ready, absolutely ready. Okay? Now, another thing, please understand, since the descriptive test will be conducted through online mode, you need to type out your answer. Now, if you are good at typing, it's easier for you. If you are not good at typing, that will take up a lot of time. So in order to become confident in that area, it is very important that you attempt mock tests. You have to time yourself, you have to attempt mock tests, because mock tests will give you, it mimics the original test. It will give you an idea about how the original test looks. At the same time, it will help you to practice and improve your online answering skills. Now, let's take a look at the syllabus or the core content areas. Now, this is more or less similar to what we have in many other government exams. So we have grammar, we will be having vocabulary, reading comprehension, cloze test. So, and then we have mainly the application part. So we have cloze test, we have error spotting, idioms and phrases, sentence rearrangement, fill in the blanks, misspelled word, sentence or paragraph completion, and you might also have a lot of variations. For example, error spotting, you might have type 1, type 2, type 3 with one sentences, with separate sentences where you just need to find the correct answer, or the correct answer has been the incorrect one has been given, you have to find out another incorrect segment. The different variations that are possible. Okay, but the main core content, that's why I said core content, it remains the same. Now you must remember this: morning shows the day. Well begun is half done. You have to begin well. You have to start off well. Your start off cannot be shaky, cannot be confused, cannot be chaotic. If you start off with a lot of confusion, doubt, and chaos in your mind, your preparation will not be up to the mark. So, and you have come to the right place, because the best way to start any exam preparation is with the mock test. So we at ixamBee, we have all our mock tests for free. So here is a screenshot. This is the way you can access all the free mock tests. Go to the website, answer those mock tests, because they will help you to assess your performance. They will tell you where do you stand, because until and unless you know where do you stand, you cannot go ahead with your preparation. You must know about your merits, your demerits, your strength and weaknesses, right? And that would be the first point for your preparation journey for both pre and mains. You must create a list. List of what? List of topics that are your strength, and list of topics where you need to put in a lot of work. Until and unless you create this, you will not be able to start your preparation. Your preparation will not be systematic. And if you are not systematic, at the end of the day, it will not help you out. Okay? So you need to create a checklist. Write down the areas where you need to practice, because you are already confident with the concept. And the other side, you write down the areas where you need to put in a lot of work. Okay? That should be your step 1. That is exactly what I've written in point 2. Find out, should you look at the concept or should you practice? If you are confident with the concept but you cannot do it because you're not comfortable with time management, you cannot finish your paper, you get scared, you get nervous and confused, then you need a lot of practice. So you're good with the concept, you can move along and start your mock tests. But if you're not comfortable with the concept, then you really need to go to our YouTube channel, and we have lots of videos on all different topics, from vocabulary to error spotting to RC. We have lots and lots of videos. Take a look. Strengthen your concepts. Right? Okay. Next is grammar. This is something that you cannot ignore. Don't ignore grammar. We feel that we know grammar from school, but there are so many concepts that we do not know. So we need to mainly look at the 4 pillars when it comes to government exam. We need to look at tenses, we need to look at parts of speech, we need to look at subject-verb agreement, and we need to look at prepositions. And we at ixamBee, our course, our modules are created in such a way that we have extensive guidance on each of this topic plus many more. We talk about the rules, we talk about the exceptions, we have lots and lots of practice, lots and lots of videos so that your preparation is very, very comprehensive. Right? So if you think that you are not comfortable with the, for example, the present perfect or the past perfect tenses, you need to take up a grammar book and take a look at it. Or you can go online, take a look at our videos, just read up, Google it, and you can clear your doubts. And then you can move on to practice. Okay? So tenses, parts of speech, subject verb agreement, very, very important topic, and prepositions. These are the 4 areas where you really need to concentrate when it comes to grammar. The rules and the exceptions. Next, we have vocabulary. So how do you start off with the vocabulary? Obviously, the first thing you should do is to take a look at our videos. And we also, our courses, we have extensive matter on vocabulary. Different types of vocabulary, their applications and usage. The best way to learn vocabulary is there are 4 steps to it. So you need to read, note, learn, and use. So you need to read extensively, start reading. You can read whatever you want, fiction, non-fiction, newspaper, online blogs, journals, whatever you want. You can start, but you have to read. You have to make reading a habit. You have to make reading a natural process because you will be needing this skill for your reading comprehension. So if reading is a problem for you, you need to overcome that. So read, note down the important words. That becomes an active process. Start noting. It can be a mental note. You can note it down. Start noting the important words, the words that are new words you find interesting. Find out the meaning. So when you're finding out the meaning, find out the meaning, the synonyms, the antonyms. So in that case, what happens is that the moment you find out synonyms and antonyms, your vocabulary expands. You find so many other words that mean the same, and then you have to use it. Also, even if you're not reading, but for example, you're listening to a video and you hear a new word, try to make a note of it. Try to find out the meaning, the synonyms and the antonyms. Make it an active process. Okay? This is why I said reading should become a part of your regular routine. So when you create that routine, you must give some time for reading. It can be reading for pleasure, it can be reading for academics, it can be reading for exams, but reading should not be a problem. Why? Because you really have reading and comprehension. You will have it in prelims, you will have it in mains. So you cannot ignore reading and comprehension. Now, obviously the first thing, as I said, reading. The second is that speed reading. We have some videos on our YouTube channel. You can take a look. There are some tips and tricks that I have taught that you can use to speed read. Yes, because you don't have time to read in detail. Next, you have to practice. Reading and comprehension is all about timing yourself and practice, and which will take us back to, again, the mock tests. You have to answer the mock tests, you have to take those mock tests, and you have to practice. Time yourself and practice. Okay? Now, whatever I said, this is common to all prelims and mains, as I said, because both prelims and mains, we have the objective type of test. Only the difficulty level will increase. So for the mains, it will become more challenging, it will become more difficult. Okay? Let's take a look at the descriptive English. Now, descriptive English, again, is the same challenge. Time management. 30 minutes, 30 marks, and you don't have a minute to lose. So, the first thing that you need to do is to understand how these essay topics are chosen. Usually, these essay topics are picked up from different current affairs. Also, you sometimes have essay topics that are based on the organization. For example, if you're if it's NPS, it might be based on the pension system, some different aspects of the pension system, or it might be based on the insurance sector. So be prepared for that. Okay, next you have to stay up to date what's happening around. Maybe now, for example, we had the COVID crisis, the different the way it affected our lives, economy, it affected our daily lifestyle, it affected our schooling system, it affected our health sector. All these different aspects can be an important part of your essay topics. Next, for example, now the Afghanistan crisis, right? So stay up to date, find out what's happening around, because you cannot bluff, you have to put in solid matter. So you have to stay up to date. Next, videos. We have lots and lots of videos on descriptive English. If you go to our YouTube channel, we have videos on letter writing, we have videos on essay writing, the different parameters that are tested, how should you start your essay, what are different topics that you should cover. So please go and take a look at those. And if you take our course, we have a separate module, a very, very comprehensive module for descriptive English, where we not only teach you how to approach these topics, we also provide you sample essays, sample letters, and we have doubt clearing sessions, we have brainstorming sessions, we work out examples, we do a lot of practice, and I really feel it's going to be a lot of help to you. And the last thing is it's letters, so you have to revise the format. You must model the format. The format will carry a lot of weightage, it will carry a lot of marks. Okay? And the last thing is that practice, practice, practice. Practice will make you perfect. And the best way, and I repeat, I will go on repeating this, the best way to practice is to take those mock tests. They make the real-time tests, and they will give you a good idea about where you stand and areas that needs to be worked on. Now, and if you're looking for a good comprehensive guidance, a very, very reliable source, you have come to the right place, because our NIACL online course is on, and as I said, we have video lessons, study notes, practice tests, live sessions, interview guidance, and many, many, many more such amazing features. And if you are one of those early birds, you can grab a flat 40% off. Use the code wisely and avail of this opportunity. I hope this session was useful. I hope you're going to start preparing early, be an early bird, and increase your confidence and start off with a lot of enthusiasm. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.